Inshallah, we finished Surah Al-Sharh, it means Surah Al-Nashrah. Tonight we speak from the notes of, explain some of the notes of Grand Sheikh Abdullah al-Faiz al-Dastani, Sultan al-Awliya. May Allah bless his soul.
Amen.
I was not planning today to speak, but when you have people coming to listen, I feel shy not to speak. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم. It's working. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد. The tongue is the way, is the instrument that makes you to be able to speak. If there is no tongue, can you speak still, doctor?
Not very well.
Not very well. So, the tongue makes you to speak, and because it will direct or channel the right sound for the right letter, and then through these letters that are connected to each other, it forms a word, and that word has a meaning that everyone can understand. And that's how every species, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them a way to communicate. A human being, Allah gave them to communicate through their tongues. So, but if we look into it deeply, still you can hear words. Sometimes you might be reciting Quran, sometimes you might be speaking with some other people without using your tongue. And they can understand you, and you can understand them. And you might imagine how I can speak with you with no tongue, without using my tongue, and you are hearing my words, and I'm hearing your words, your answers. How to do that? I give you an example. Is through your dreams. When you are sleeping, you see a dream, and through that dream, you don't use your tongue, but you are communicating And sometimes you wake up, you seeing yourself, you are reciting Quran. You are reciting Quran sometimes. Some people might be able to understand the situation that it might happen in real life. You see it in dream. Means there is a communication system that happens without using our physical body, but we are able, the example of it is that we are able to do it in dream. That will give us an understanding that if that happens in dream, it is for sure for those who are Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them a heavenly power, where He said in the Holy Hadith, if you really, as long as my servant approaches me through voluntary worshipness, I will be his ears that he can hear with, I will be his eyes that he can see with, I will be his tongue that he can see with. So you develop the hearing, you develop the seeing, you develop the talking without using tongues, without using eyes, without using hearing. Because you will be having a heavenly ears, heavenly eyes, heavenly tongue. So when Adam وعلم آدم الأسماء كلها, Adam, Allah has had to have a tongue, astaghfirullah, hasha, to give Adam, but it is without any kind of physicality. Adam heard a voice in his heart, or through Jibreel alayhi salam, that communicated with Adam in order to speak. And that's why Awliyaullah, as we say today, there is this telepathy, talking from far away to each other. They direct their power and they make you to hear what they want to say, even they don't open their mouth. They can reach you without opening even their mouth, because the mouth, when you open, or the tongue, you are creating the wavelengths that carry the sound. Is that what you call it?
It's an electromagnetic wave.
Is an electromagnetic wave that you are creating through what Allah gave you from your vocal cords and from your tongue, and the opening of the mouth and closing, the way of your jaws and so on. You give a certain electromagnetic wave that they can hear it. That because you cannot go beyond the limitation of the system. But that vocal cords together work with the tongue and with the mouth to give that electromagnetic wave. If you create that electromagnetic wave without the vocal cord, without the tongue, without the mouth, you are able to create, you have power to create, or system, a different system that can create that electromagnetic wave that moves without even closing your mouth. The other one can hear it. And the example, you don't see these people that they have a toy with them, like a statue, a boy or a girl, they carry and they move it, and they speak They say they speak from their stomach without opening their mouth. Their mouth is closed, but you hear a sound. Is that? How they do that? Medical doctor. Huh?
I think they're using their vocal cords to create the sound.
Okay, but now they don't. They eliminate
They've eliminated,
two things or three things.
yeah, they're eliminating lip and tongue as far as creating the sound.
So they eliminate the lips and the tongue and the teeth
Okay.
to create that, and they use only vocal cord, and they are able to increase this, the sound, the volume that can reach you, and you are hearing it without they are opening their mouth. If those people can do that,
Allah.
and what they call them, they are mostly actors. Awliya Allah cannot speak
Astaghfirullah.
without using their tongue and their teeth and their lips, and even they can speak without using their vocal cords. So that's something that we have to examine and look deep into it. They are small things around us, but we don't look into them. When what we look into them, it makes a big difference in understanding. How that one is able to produce that sound with vocal cord without using the rest, and we cannot. Because Allah gave him something special that he didn't give to you. So then why you limit Allah's greatness on his servants, that he can give someone, don't give the other, give the other, don't give that one. So Allah gave the one that does not need to use his lips and teeth and tongue, still he is able to make people to hear. Allah will give someone without using his lips, his teeth, his tongue, and his vocal cords to make people, you can come in, to make people to hear. Allah has no limits. We have limits.
Yes.
Allah no limits. So Awliya Allah, when they speak, don't look at what they say is too much. Our mind has limits, cannot understand. That's why when they say something, it becomes so big to us that to accept it. This has to show us how much we are so tiny, limited and narrow mind that we have, that we are not able to understand what Awliya Allah can do. Awliya Allah, their communication with each other doesn't need to use lips, doesn't use teeth, doesn't need to use tongue, doesn't need to use vocal cord to give a sound, in order to give a letter, in order to give a word, in order to give a language. And the example is one of them in Central Asia, who was the cousin of Prophet ﷺ. You visited that one, Qusum ibn al-Abbas, in Samarkand. He was there, he left, because Sahaba, most of them, they went different areas, and he was in that area going from Madinatul Munawwara, might be on camels or walking, might be 2 years to reach that area, doesn't know the language, doesn't know any letter of that Central Asia language or Chinese language, doesn't know anything, he went there by himself. He turned the whole place into Islam.
Subhanallah.
What he was speaking with them, we asked. And at that time, he never learned Chinese, he never learned Uzbek, he never learned any kind of language there, but he was able to turn everyone into Muslims.
Subhanallah.
Because he was able to speak to their hearts,
Subhanallah.
communicate with them. Looking at him, they understand what he wants, what he wants to say. And he turned them masses, not turning them 120, 200, 300, 400,000, in masses, 100,000, 200,000. It's miraculous power because we cannot say like we can say like subcontinents, Islam came to subcontinents through Sufis, but they knew the language. This one didn't know the language. So what he was talking? No language. He was giving them the language they understand through not using his vocal cord, not using his tongue, lips and teeth.
Allah. Subhanallah.
Giving them to their heart
Subhanallah.
immediately.
Subhanallah.
Looking at them, speaking with them, eyes language.
Subhanallah.
There is eyes language. There is heart language. The eyes language is more easier than the heart language. Awliya Allah, they use these two languages,
Subhanallah.
which are like today in computer. There are how many languages? 100.
They keep coming up with one every day.
How many until now?
Jesus, I don't know.
Let's say 100, huh?
So many.
So many languages. And every computer understands different language, every software. But there are softwares now that they can understand all these languages together. Is that? So how they did that? That system, that software can analyze all these languages, different languages, and give you what you understand, the way that you understand. So they can go through 100, and from everyone take what is, and they give you the language you understand. Also, Awliya Allah, they have softwares in their hearts. Their hearts is a software
Subhanallah.
that they can understand infinite number because they use heavenly powers. So they can, like angels, they understand all languages.
Allah. Subhanallah.
Because angels, they understand even the khatir, al-khatir,
Allah.
the, what you say, the thought. They will know the thought before it turns into a language.
Allah.
They can analyze it there, because when you have a thought, it's a language already. Already it is a language. When you have a thought, oh, okay, I'm coming to you, it's come to you as a language. But it has no sound. But they have a software, they can read that. Awliya Allah, they take their powers from heavenly sources, so they are able to understand every human being. But they don't look at others, that they are not divided on them. Means they look only on whom they are responsible. They don't look at people who are not responsible for them. If they are responsible for this group, okay, they look at this group. They are allowed. They don't go further, because if they go, that is not acceptable in sainthood. It's not allowed to look on someone else. It means you are cheating or you are deceiving. They look only at those who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave authority on them. So, of course, everyone has a language. Now everyone hearts in this moment, everyone hearts is is thinking something. There is something in his mind that it is a language already, it came as a language in his language, it's in all language. Someone might come in French language. Might come, you speak English, but he might think in Urdu back. The other one might Pashtun. The other one might be Turkish. Might be Arabic, might be Chinese, might be, depend. Might be English, might be the one who is sitting. Everyone's different language. That's why Awliya Allah, when you have different people, he has to know everyone's heart's language to change. So he has a software that Allah has given to him to can communicate with all of them at the same time. And that's why Awliya Allah, they communicate with their followers without using their tongue or mouth
Subhanallah.
or teeth or whatever. There's no need for a sound.
Subhanallah.
That's why Sayyidina Shah al-Naqshband used to have 3 meetings a week. One for zikr, loud zikr, one for sohbah, one for zikr, it's khafi and loud. One is to give a lecture, one is tafakkur, meditation.
Allah.
He is looking at the heart of everyone. They are
Allah,
making
Allah,
muraqabah to him.
Subhanallah.
Sitting with them, telling them to make muraqabah to his heart.
Hmm.
And sending to everyone different message.
Subhanallah.
They don't have the same language, everyone has a different language. Because what is the different language? Is also different language is different thoughts. Not all of them in the same time they think the same. So he has to understand in the same time what he is thinking, what you are thinking, what the other one is thinking. What everyone, he is hearing that language of that thought of that person and analyzing and can sending you back the answer what you have to think. That's why the importance of meditation. That's why the importance of muraqabah or rabita. Muraqabah, after you do rabita with your sheikh, you make the muraqabah. Because it will generate a language between your sheikh and yourself, going and coming parallel. Going to him, coming answer, going, coming answer, going. You are talking through your heart, and as much as you become advanced in that language, as much that he send more the sheikh, you understand more,
Subhanallah. Yes, sir.
and you become more stronger. That's why Prophet ﷺ said, "تفكر ساعة خير من عبادة 70 سنة." To think or to begin to think about something or meditate, Allah will reward you more than worshipping 70 years for 1 hour.
Subhanallah.
Because in that 1 hour when you are doing muraqabah or rabita, or what you call it in English, meditation or contemplation or whatever you call it, that goes and comes. That it is like a discussion. You in your mind comes something, come an answer, and that's what we call al-hatif al-rabbani, the heavenly phone. Al-hatif is what comes to your ears. Hatafa is saying something that you hear. So al-hatif means that something that comes and you are hearing it, but with no voice. It comes. Like when you take a phone, what you hear a sound, but you don't hear it. I hear it only. It is only for you. That's why we call it in Arabic al-hatif. Telephone is hatif. It's send you a sound that you can understand, a language. So al-hatif al-rabbani that comes from
Subhanallah.
heavenly sources, it it gives you that discussion with your sheikh, because he is giving to you, giving to you, and you are in that muraqabah. And that's what I heard from Grand Sheikh, may Allah bless his soul. I'm not saying that Maulana Sheikh Nazim said, because sometimes if you say Maulana, you cannot say someone speak about himself, because Awliya Allah, they don't speak about themselves, but they speak about someone else. So when you hear it from someone else, it indicates more stronger than you hear it from someone about himself. So Grand Sheikh said one time, may Allah bless his soul, that as soon as when Maulana Sheikh Nazim left completely Cyprus and migrated toward, he wants to go to Medina al Munawwara for Hijrah, and then he passed by Damascus, and he went to Grand Sheikh, and Maulana was Grand Sheikh waiting for him. He asked him that I want to go for meditation, for Hijrah to Medina al Munawwara. He said, no, you go back to your country. They are need for you there because they are not Muslim. You have to give them a message. You in Medina, what you are going to give message to Muslims? It's better to give message to those who are in need for the message. And it was a war. I mentioned that in the Naqshbandi Golden Chain book. You can read it, the story of Maulana Sheikh. So he said when Sheikh Nazim took all the obstacles and difficulties in the Second World War to go back to Tripoli, Lebanon, and to take a small boat for 7 days between Tripoli, Lebanon and Cyprus in sailing, and reach, he said, as soon as he put his feet on the island, that telephone, hard telephone, went to work. Because it was a test. Is he going to take all these difficulties and responsibility and go back when someone is left everything, sold everything, and coming to go to Medina for migration? He is going to go back with nothing now? He went back. He listened to the Sheikh and went back. He said as soon as he went, that opening opened, that Hatif for Rabbani, the heavenly telephone, opened to his heart, that heavenly language, that he began able to communicate. Before he used to send a question, for example, like us, we send a question, we make muraqabah and say, yes, I did have this problem. You don't know. Answer comes yes or no, you don't know. That's why you go and ask someone who knows better and say, oh, I have this problem, I'm doing this. Can you check? Can you do? Some representative of the Sheikh, they said, they ask but they cannot get an answer. So they give you an answer from themselves, which has become a problem on that person, because they are not able to reach. Some, they are able to reach. They get you the answer and they hear it. And they say, okay, the answer for that person is this. So I'm saying that Grand Sheikh, when he sent Maulana Sheikh Nazim back to Cyprus, that opened. So any question he used to ask for the people in Cyprus, answer comes as if he's speaking on the phone.
Subhanallah.
So this is an introduction for what I was going to speak today, but it is enough because it's half an hour, an introduction. But I want to come to say that Grand Sheikh saying that, may Allah bless his soul, that لَعَنَ اللَّهُ الْكَاذِبِينَ, Allah curse those who are lying. And he said that Allah is my witness and Prophet is my witness. Prophet said to me when he was in seclusions, that anyone that follows you from east to west, and he said from east to west, at that time there was no one from the west coming to Maulana Sheikh, to Grand Sheikh. Everyone was in Middle East, even not from the East. So there is a hint there that they are going to be coming from East and West.
Subhanallah.
And this Naqshbandi distinguished tariqah is going to expand to East and West from Middle East to reach all sides. He said, "Ma bayna al-mashriqi wal-maghrib," between the East and between the West, is expanding, and this is a hint that it's going to grow in the future. And this is what we saw after Grand Sheikh. May Allah bless his soul with Maulana Sheikh Nazim. May Allah give him long life. It expanded from East to West, everywhere, from Far East Australia and Southeast Asia to America. Everywhere there are Naqshbandis, going to the South Africa, going up to north.
Subhanallah.
That all your followers, Prophet is saying to him in this language. That's why we brought the language
Subhanallah.
in the spiritual language. That any one of your murids that they are following you, all veils has been taken away from them. There is 70,000 veils.
Allah.
As soon as they take bay'ah with you and they accept you, all these veils are taken except one. That one is the common veil. What is the meaning? Is the thickest veil that doesn't make you to see through it. But all the rest are taken. There is no more curtains over each other, because between us and Prophet ﷺ there is 70,000 veils of curtains, veils of darkness has to be taken away. Then we'll be there. He said 69,999 veils are taken away. There is only one left. And we will continue next time, inshallah. What is that one that is left? وَمِنَ اللَّهِ التَّوْفِيقِ بِحَرْمَةِ الْفَاتِحَةِ. That's why important series. The series of Sohbah. Or else how we can learn. وَمِنَ اللَّهِ التَّوْفِيقِ بِحَرْمَةِ الْفَاتِحَةِ. There is this one upstairs. Burhan. You and Amar Ayan or Hussein.